Shukarayan. So
Yes.
today we
Yes,
have with us Prashant TriVedi, guru for now, an expert in Vedic astrology and author of few books on that topic. And we would like to discuss the topic of time. So as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in 11:32, time I am. So I would like to discuss with you, Prash, today the topic of Kali Yuga, so the age of decline, of quarrel and hypocrisy, its duration and beginning. So
Yes.
maybe we can start from the question on the beginning of Kali Yuga. So because it's regularly assumed that the Kali Yuga started 35 years after Kurukshetra battle, which is discussed in Mahabharata, which will give us 3102 a year before the Christ. So could you please comment on that? Is this timing of beginning correct?
Right. Okay. Let's go not like that. Like, let's understand the cycles of time in the first
Okay,
place.
yeah, okay.
Because that's the best way, rather than giving one that thing. Like best to understand what cycles are.
Yeah.
If you look at any Vedic texts, okay, the number you're going to find mostly is 12.
Yeah.
Okay. 12 is like 12 signs. The 12 signs of the zodiac. Okay. Which everybody knows. Then these 12 signs have 2000-year cycle. Each sign stays for 2000 years, which modern, like as astronomy also confirms, the 24,000-year cycle. So 2000 years for 12 signs, 24,000-year cycle, okay, which is called the precession of the equinoxes, okay, like the cycle, which is 24,000-year cycle, which is again multiple of 12. So half of that cycle is 12,000 years again. Okay. So if actually look at Vedic texts, you will find the number 12,000 in the shlokas. But like in last, I don't know, 100, 200 years, whatever, people have gotten this very big numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, like 432,000 years.
Yes.
millions of years, 432. We have gotten very huge numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. But in no Vedic text, you can actually find these numbers.
Okay.
Okay, you will not show me a Sanskrit shlok where these numbers are there.
So where do they take this from then?
Okay, yeah. And this is a great big misconception all around. So the whole plane right now that Kali Yuga, 5,000 years have gone, like you said, as per them.
Yeah.
And 4,27,000, which is 427,000 years are remaining. Right? Okay, which is funny in the first place because I don't think like any commonsensical human or anybody can think that this can go on for another 400,000 years.
Yeah.
The current situation, can actually go on for that long.
Yeah.
Like even within 100 years, people are thinking like this can't last another 50 years even, so it's not, it's a very strange thing that people have been given that notion.
Yeah.
Okay. And which has created a lot of craziness. And then people have no urgency. They think Kali Yuga will last another four. So what's the hurry?
Yeah.
Like let's slowly do things. No, there's no rush for anything, but that number, like I said, was never there anywhere, because what the shlok was 12,000 years. They used the word divya years, so which they considered them divya years mean divine years. Okay, which they thought like meant were like year of the gods. Now, year of the gods, which is the year of heaven, is 1 year is equal to 360 human years. So you multiply everything by, they multiplied everything by 360.
Yeah.
If you multiply 12,000 by 360, you are going to get these kind of numbers. 24,000 multiplied by 360, you're going to get these numbers. Now, the thing is, where do you actually run by some other plane's time scale on your plane? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
So we should not consider a year on Earth. We should consider 360 years 1 year. What they're saying, you should consider 360 years 1 year on Earth. That means sun should do this cycle, which it does in a year. A year is like a sun cycle, right? Sun goes to the maximum, then to the minimum, and then maximum, and that's what sun does in a year. Okay, that's our year is defined by solar year, the sun's movement. Now they're saying the 360 of those movement should constitute 1 year. No, but it won't be. On Earth plane, this plane, sun's movement as it is will be 1 year of here.
Yeah.
You can't use the years of gods as any marker for time going on here. How? That's makes no sense whatsoever. But this nonsense was done.
Yeah, actually, they compute the length of the kalpas based on the day of Brahma. So it's actually, so that's probably the source of the misconception.
Yeah, but no. But the source of the conception for this yoga cycle is the word is the figure 12,000.
Yeah.
But they have multiplied 12,000 by 360.
Mm-hmm.
But that they have done themselves. It's not written in the slope to do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I see.
Now, anything which happens in nature, if you notice, okay, nature doesn't function in that kind of way. Nature, everything is equal. Day is pretty much equal to night. Okay, half up, mostly equal.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. All the 4 seasons, if they happen, then they are equal. 3 months, 3 months, 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 24,000 years is the cycle. So if you come to that thing, actually, then all the yugas will be equal to.
Yeah.
So it'll be around 6 each,
Mm-hmm.
right? In that thing. And the thing is that there are particular markers, points for these yugas. Like, for example, right now, our pole star is Dhruv. Some other time, pole star was Vega.
Mm-hmm.
Another time, pole star was in Alpha Draconis.
Yeah.
And so pole star keeps on moving. So when our pole star is on Dhruv Tara, which is then you are already on the cusp of the golden age.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's the end of Kali and the beginnings, which is very clear because we are very well aligned with the pole star right now.
Yeah.
Our alignment with the star is quite strong, which people can see in the night sky, that all the stars are revolving around that pole star very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So all the time periods were defined by these major stars. So you'll have 4 major stars and 4 points and 4 yoga changes based on that. Okay. So that is very clear. So right now we are at the cusp of that. Okay. Which makes sense as well, because anyone who has any sense can tell that this cannot go on for another 400,000 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's not feasible, sustainable, or anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that. Yeah. I mean, even the biggest fool can actually see that with a little bit of logic. These numbers were just meant to create illusions in the mind of people.
Yeah.
There's nothing to worry. Just things will carry on, and we have another 400,000 years because nothing needs to be done. There can be no avatar, and there'll be nothing, like all of that, which is falsifying Vedic knowledge. Okay, basically. And this 24,000 year cycle can be seen in everywhere. Like it's well known. Modern astronomy now also agrees with it. Nobody can refute this cycle. So it fits in well with the 12 signs, 2,000 years each. Fits in well with the Yuga cycle, 4 into 6. It fits everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. If there is nowhere it does not fit. And if we take everything as sort of equal, that is the way nature works.
Yeah.
Okay. Our nature doesn't work in the ratio of 4:3:1.
Yeah.
Like around us, even on Earth plane at least. We can see every year everything is not 4:3:1 ratio. Okay. So that's very clear then. The cycle is 24,000 years always. And we are at the cusp of the end.
Yeah.
Of Kali, which is very clear, because Kali means ignorance, right?
Yeah.
And ignorance is lifting.
Yeah.
People are coming to know the truth. So that's actually the end anyways, there is no doubt about anything. And this confusion, which was created in India, okay, by a wrong understanding of the Vedic texts.
Yeah.
Okay. The Brahma's Kalpa and stuff, those are very huge numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are huge numbers. Okay. For Brahma Loka, you can apply those numbers. For heaven, Swarg Loka, you can apply Swarg Loka numbers. But you can't apply those numbers on Earth for Earth cycles.
Yeah.
Because Earth plane numbers will be applied.
Yeah.
Because we have to go by our sun. What it does, what a year is on Earth is defined by our sun. They might have some other thing to define their year out there.
Yes, that makes sense.
Yes. I mean, okay. And for us, we have to define by that. So we have to go by that. And that is the cycle. And that is the fact. And that's the truth. After that, some people came to know it's 24,000 years. Then also some complications arose because people don't know how to divide it or what star means what.
Yeah.
Which is the pole star right now. It's the very important star. So and what was Dhruv about? Dhruv was about like aligning his will with the divine will, right?
Yes.
When we are aligned with that right now in that thing, so then that will lead to that only.
Yes.
Right? The whole Dhruv story is very clear in the Vedic text. No other proof even actually needs to be there, except that we are aligned with the Dhruvtar right now. So Dhruv energy. So what more do you need to know which age is going to happen and what transition is happening right now? And whatever organizations which are spreading this big numbers, 432 or 432,000 or millions of years sort of thing, it is their responsibility to change these numbers now, because it is ridiculous to keep on giving this false knowledge to people without any Vedic textual proof or anything. But when the sun goes into the northern transit, which is called Uttarayan in Sanskrit, it's called the day of the gods. In 6 months for us, day of the gods. And within 6 months, it goes into the southern transit. Then it's called the night of the gods. But these are cycles of here, 6 months, right? Okay. But we can't multiply all of those by 360 as well, just because the word is used. Or gods are mentioned, or you know, like, so it was a joke, and it is a joke, because the only person who will be feeling happy about this joke is Kali, the demon or whatever, who is supposed to rule over Kali. He'll say like, oh, I've got another 427,000 years to rule. Like 5,000 years is not enough. But people obviously know that you can't go any more longer than this, because people are the ones who are facing the problems.
I think it really has reached the bottom. So it's got you. So it can go.
So any such number change, we would think, would have to come from the team of Kali only, not from anyone else. So whosoever are spouting those numbers and are promoting these numbers are all around the earth, all around the plane. They are the ones we can see whose side they are on.
Do you know maybe who has introduced the literature? So who first did those wrong calculations? So where's the source of this error?
Whosoever did, we don't know exactly who did it, but now everybody like ISKCON is using it.
Yes.
A lot of organizations are using it. A lot of Hindu and Vedic organizations are using this number. Okay, and it is a general prevalent theme all over India that people think that is the case. After that, some people came along with the 24,000 years. When people came to know about the precision of the equinoxes, and people came with that cycle, which was there, which was always there. And I have always talked about that cycle from the very beginning. That there's 24,000 years cycle, and there's 12 signs, 2,000 years each. Like which I said, the age of Aquarius is starting because of that. And all of that, which is So, but within the Yuga cycle also, we are on the cusp of ending of, and it is already happening. So for since like last 50 years, and when the communications, and now last 20 years, especially when internet has come, that darkness has been lifted for so many people all over the earth plane. So the changes are happening. People right now, each year is tough for people. Like in this transition period, and people are talking about 400,000 more of those years. When each year is tough enough for people, it's not logical or anything. I want all these organizations to take notice and change because this misconception is only creating more problems for people. For some people it creates like a sense of unease. If Kali Yuga is going to go for the long, what will happen? And some people get disheartened, some people get depressed, some people get like, we have to do nothing, now. And it makes you comatose, not of negativity, which comes from this calculation,
Yeah.
you know, and quicker it's removed, the better, and the more the information gets out there. This is a misinterpretation of Vedic texts, and nowhere can you show me this figure. I can show you the 12,000. I'll show you the exact shloka with the 12,000 written.
Okay.
But they have to show me the shloka with 432,000 written.
How about Surya Siddhanta? So could you maybe comment something on this? Because they also use this for calculations of beginning of Kali Yuga, the Surya Siddhanta text.
I think that those things have been just added to Surya Siddhanta. I don't think they were originally there. Like once they miscalculated this thing and they used the same calculations in Surya Siddhanta afterwards. Like the same people who did that would do that, you know, because they have both the texts and Surya Siddhanta is actually calculation texts, you know, because all the calculations from Surya Siddhanta which work don't use this 360, like eclipses or like the motion of the grahas, you know, and the degrees and everything through the signs. All of those work, but then none of this 360 is never used for that. As far as Surya Siddhanta is concerned, for me, like as long as all the Jyotish calculations which work for it astronomically, it's sound there, that's fine. But none of that involves this 360 multiplication. So that math is okay for me, and this math is not, and I'm very clear about it. So it can't be more clearer. So I can show the 12,000 shloka. It's there. It's very clear. But you know that number mentioned, but not for 32,000. You know, in the Vedic. Yes,
that's very good news.
Yes. So that's that, and I think these organizations hold the responsibility now for spreading misinformation, and they have to correct themselves, because otherwise the judgment will fall on them too for doing this. Yes.
Gratitude, Shukranayana.